Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be answering probably the most asked question that I get, and that is what wheel size do I run and how do I make it work? So let's jump right into it. Right beside me here we have a 15 by 9 plus 35 Koenig wheel with a 245 tire on it, and this is what I run on my car. 245 with a 15 by 9 plus 35 will fit stock body, no issue. I have stock fender liners, as you can see here, and the only modification that I made is a small cut to the front fender liner, which I'll take a picture of and add to the video. These fit stock body, no issue, and there's still room for more. My buddy in Japan, Gabe, runs 15 by 9 plus 30 with 245 square, and I also run that setup for autocross. When you're running a wheel size like this, the actual thing as far as clearance that you should be worried about is the clearance to the coilover itself. I don't know if all coilovers can clear this wheel size, but for me, I'm running S3 suspension with a 7K front and a 12K rear spring and camber of -4 in the rear and -3 up front. And yeah, that's pretty much my setup. As far as other wheel and tire size options that I've run on stock body, I've run 17 by 9 plus 45 in the rear and 17 by 8 plus 45 in the front for global time attack, and that's with a 255 in the rear and a 235 up front. That setup is taken from the guys over in Spain. I asked them for their advice to fit as much tire as I could for that enthusiast class in global time attack, and that setup required a little bit more modification. The rear was fine, I ran it just as is, but the front I had to remove the fender liner and do a little bit of massaging to the metal up front to fit the 17 under compression. When I was running 17s in global time attack, I noticed the car was significantly slower as far as acceleration, and that's probably because of how big and tall the wheel was, and it was really making the 2ZZ struggle a little bit. So I don't suggest 17s over 15s unless you're making a good amount of power. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all for the video. I know it was pretty quick, but this question gets asked all the time, so hopefully that answered your questions. If you guys are interested in buying wheels, 15 by 9, the ones that I have here, or I guess the 17 by 9, 17 by 8s, if you're interested in that setup, I'll post a link below. But yeah, that's my setup and that's what I run. Hopefully that answered your questions and made it more straightforward and clear of the options that you can run if you're going to be racing your MRS.